Today we're diving into something, well, fundamental, time.
Time. It governs everything, doesn't it?
It really does. And you listening, you know this. We're all juggling schedules, feeling that pinch, like there's just never enough.
Right. It's a universal pressure, that
Yes.
feeling.
So, our mission today is to really dig into the value of time. We're using insights from a Life Talks chat between Alex and Jordan called The Value of Time.
Yeah, it was a great conversation. Very natural the way they explored it. It's like they were uncovering things we all sort of feel but maybe don't articulate.
Exactly. Okay, let's peel back that first layer then. They immediately hit on something simple but profound, the fact that time, well, you can't get it back.
That's the core of it, isn't it? Money comes and goes, you can earn more,
Yeah.
but time, once a second is spent, it's gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
They reflected on that too. When you're younger, time feels endless.
Oh, totally. Like
Yeah.
you have an infinite supply.
But that perspective shifts, doesn't it? As you get older, you start to feel its limits more acutely.
Yeah, and they linked that feeling to scarcity, right? How we value things often depends on how rare we think they are.
Precisely. If time feels abundant, we tend to undervalue it. It's basic psychology, really. Scarcity drives value.
So when do we really feel that scarcity? Deadlines, big life events.
Exactly. Those moments bring the finite nature of time into sharp focus. That's often when its true worth really sinks in.
Which brings us to that really vivid analogy Jordan used, the bank account one.
Oh, yeah, the 86,400 seconds. That was powerful.
Can you remind us how that went?
Sure. Imagine every morning your bank account gets credited with 86,400 seconds.
Okay.
But here's the catch. Whatever you don't spend by midnight just disappears. It doesn't carry over.
Wow. No saving up time for later.
None at all.
Wow.
So thinking like that, how would you invest those seconds each day? It really changes the perspective, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It makes you think about all those little moments that just evaporate. Scrolling, maybe.
Yeah.
Things that don't really add value.
Which is exactly where they went next. This idea of modern time theft.
Right. Time theft. What did they mean by that specifically?
Well, it's about how easily our attention gets stolen these days. Social
Yeah.
media, endless notifications, streaming content.
The usual suspects.
Yeah. They're designed to hook us, Those little dopamine hits, it makes it hard to resist.
Alex mentioned wanting to read but ending up on YouTube for hours.
Exactly. I think pretty much everyone can relate to that kind of experience. You intend to do one thing, and suddenly hours have passed on something else entirely.
It's a constant battle, isn't it, between our intentions and all these external pulls.
It really is a tug of war, and that led them to talk about the importance of being, well, intentional.
Consciously choosing how we spend our time rather than just letting it happen to us.
Spot on. It's about moving from being passive, letting notifications dictate your focus, to actively deciding, this is how I'm allocating my time.
It requires real awareness, doesn't it? And a plan.
Definitely. And they made this great point that it's not just about efficiency tools or techniques. It's deeper than that.
How so?
It's about connecting time management to your core values. It's a mindset shift, really.
So less about the how-to and more about the why.
Precisely. You can have the best scheduling app in the world, but if you're scheduling things that don't actually matter to you based on your values, well, what's the point?
Right. You're just efficiently doing unimportant things.
Exactly. Your
Yeah.
values should be the compass guiding those time decisions.
That makes a lot of sense. And speaking of focusing on what matters, they shared that story. Warren Buffett and his pilot, the 25-5 rule.
Ah, yes, the 25 to 5 rule.
Mm.
Ah, yes, the 25 to 5 rule.
Yeah.
Jordan told that one. That's a classic.
Walk us through it again.
Okay, so Buffett supposedly told his pilot to list his top 25 career or life goals.
25. Okay, that's quite a few.
Then he said, circle the top 5, the most important ones.
Right. Focus on the top 5. Makes sense.
But here's the twist. Buffett then apparently told him to look at the other 20 goals
Yeah.
and avoid them like the plague. Actively avoid them.
Void them. But they were still in his top 25. They must have been pretty important, right?
That's the key insight. Those other 20 are the dangerous ones.
Yeah.
They're worthwhile, they're appealing, they're good distractions.
Ah, so they're the things most likely to pull you away from your absolute top priorities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They steal your focus from the crucial 5. It's about ruthless prioritization.
That's, wow. It's almost counterintuitive. Saying no to good things to achieve great things.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Mm.
Are there things in your life, good things, even that are actually distracting you from your core mission, your top 5?
That's a heavy question. Definitely something to chew on.
Mhm.
Then they shifted gears a bit, talking about time in a more personal context. relationships.
Yes, the idea that giving someone your time is a profound act of love.
How did they frame that?
It's about recognizing that when you spend time with someone, truly present time, you're giving them a piece of your life, a piece you can never get back.
That really elevates the idea of quality time, doesn't it? It's literally gifting a part of your finite existence.
It is. It frames time spent in relationships, not just as pleasant, but as deeply valuable, a true offering.
Following that, Alex brought up protecting your time, like you protect your energy.
That was a great parallel. Just like some interactions drain your energy.
Oh yeah, we all know those.
They also consume your irreplaceable time. So feeling empowered to set boundaries, to step away from draining situations.
It's not selfish, it's self-preservation.
Exactly. And it signals self-respect. If you value your time, others are more likely to value it too.
That ties into something Jordan mentioned, a simple language trick. Reframing, I don't have time.
Ah, yes. Instead of saying, I don't have time for X,
Since
say,
X is not a priority for me right now.
precisely. It feels different, doesn't it?
Uh,
More honest.
It really does. It forces you to confront the choice you're making, like Alex's example with exercise.
Right. I don't have time to exercise. Sounds like an external limitation.
Yeah.
But exercising isn't a priority for me right now.
Puts the responsibility squarely back on you. It reveals your actual choices.
It cuts through the excuses. We all have the same 24 hours, fundamentally. It's about how we choose to allocate them based on what we prioritize.
Okay, so shifting from mindset to strategy, Jitten talked about time blocking.
Yeah, their personal experience with it. Yeah. Scheduling basically everything.
Even relaxation, downtime.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
And the surprising thing Jordan found was that, paradoxically, this structure actually created more freedom.
How does that work? It sounds kind of restrictive.
Well, the idea is by allocating specific blocks for specific things, work, exercise, family, even just chilling out, you remove the constant mental load of deciding, what should I do next?
Ah, okay, so it reduces decision fatigue.
Exactly. And it ensures your priorities actually get scheduled time, rather than just hoping you'll fit them in.
Interesting. So structure creates freedom, another counterintuitive idea.
Seems to be a theme.
And finally, Alex brought up maybe the simplest but hardest habit.
Let me guess. Saying no.
You got it. The power of no.
It's fundamental, isn't it? Alex emphasized that every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your core values or goals.
You're automatically saying no to something that does.
Right. You're trading away time that could have been spent on a top priority. Learning to politely but firmly decline things that aren't the right fit is crucial.
It protects your time, your energy, your focus.
All of the above. It's a key skill for living intentionally.
So wrapping this up, the big takeaway from Alex and Jordan, it seems, is just how incredibly valuable time is. Non-renewable. Precious.
Absolutely. It's a resource that demands conscious investment, not just casual spending.
And they left listeners with some questions to ponder, didn't they?
They did. Basically asking, what time habits in your own life could maybe use a rethink? Where is your time actually going?
It's a good prompt for all of us listening. Take a moment, reflect. Are those 86,400 seconds each day really going towards what matters most to you?
Yeah. Are your actions matching your stated values?
A tough question, but an important one.
And maybe the final thought, echoing their conclusion, is just to try and be present. Value each minute as it passes.
Because those minutes are what make up our lives, right?
That's it. Stay present, value the now. That seems like a pretty good way to honor the time we have.